All right, second rut, third rut. I know there's a lot of misconceptions out there. I believe that they say it's not a second rut, quote unquote. Well, I don't know what else to call it. So let me give you my 2 cents. The first rut around here, which I'm on the Eastern Shore, and this timeline falls within a lot of states. The peak of the rut, that first rut, comes in like between November 9th and 11th through the 13th to 15th. So that time frame is that first rut. That's that main rut where the majority of the deer are going to successfully be bred. But every doe is not bred. And that means 28 days later, from whenever their first time coming into heat ended, 28 days later is going to be a second rut. They're going to come into heat again. So as a byproduct of that, that means that there's a second rut, right? Which is now. If you do the math, 28 days later from that time frame here where we are on this time table is now. The other thing that's happening also is deer are maturing and they're reaching the size that they need to be from last year's deer to come into heat for the first time ever. So those yearlings that were born last year early, that were bred during that first rut successfully, they are getting to that size range where they're like 70, 80 pounds ish. That's going to be the size they need to be to come into heat for the first time, which is going to be about now. We're very fortunate here on the Eastern Shore. We have some great ag, and the weather's not so brutal where these deer can get to the age where they can come into heat the first year. A lot of them, at least those that are born early enough in the season. And then when that happens, here we are. You have two different things. You have deer that were not bred successfully the first time coming back into heat, and then you have deer that are reaching maturity level enough to come into heat for the first time. So that is your second rut, which is now. And anybody who spent any time in the woods, our season here opens September, early September, September 1st. So I have been in the woods in September, early season, and seen deer that you can tell just hit the ground. They are still wobbly legged and they are covered in spots and might weigh, 10 pounds, 15 pounds tops. They were just born not long ago. So in order to do that, you have to do the math. The gestation period for a doe is around 200 days, 200-ish days. So do the math, go backwards. They were bred sometime around now, December, mid-December, even late December, to be born then. So to say that there is no second rut is crazy in my mind. This time of the year, stick to your scents, stick to your call sequences. Just Saturday, I called in 2 small bucks on Saturday. Both of them were spikes. They were both small. I had does out in front of me, and I was like, you know what? Let's see what happens. I went through my tending grunt phase, did the doe estrus bleeds, buck grunt, tending grunt, and here come a spike. And not 2 minutes later, here comes another spike. They came in, they butted heads a little bit, they pushed each other around a little bit, and then they started nosing does, and they were checking does. They were pushing them around, like, hey, any of you guys out there making that bleed? No, it wasn't them, it was me. But they came in. The likelihood of a mature deer doing that is just the same. If there is a doe in heat, he's going to want to be there, no doubt about it. So don't discount calls, sequences, and scents this time of the year. It can be a phenomenal rut hunt this time of the year. Some of the most exciting rut hunts that I've ever had were in December. So stay after it. If you get out there, be safe. Safety straps up always, and have a great day on purpose. God bless.